that. Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nerds with Friends. My name is Cody Leach, and as always, I'm joined by Christian Garcia. What's up?
What's going on?
I'm going to adjust this because I'm taller than I always set this for myself, and I end up looking like a slouched potato every time
I just like the noises that...
I know, it's just mic fumbling. Our audio listeners love it. Thanks, Spotify, for your audio fidelity to make us really showcase all of our mistakes. All right, well... make sure you guys are following us on all of our social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Nerds with Friend, with no S is the easiest way to find it. And I think on TikTok it's Nerds with Friends Podcast, I think.
Yes, yeah. I haven't updated a video in a while.
All of that.
We'll put some clips.
All of that info, nerdswithfriendspodcast.com, easy enough to find. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, you like and subscribe. Leave us a fun little comment. We love all the comments we've been getting so far. Antonio said he was very sorry about all your PS5 things, the dealings. And hopefully today we'll actually have some better news. We'll see. We're going to try to do we'll try to get PS5 on Walmart.com during our break.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. You're either going to see me really fucking happy or fucking really pissed off. We'll see.
Yeah, it's been a rough time trying to get one of those things, which I guess is understandable. It's a new system, COVID. There's probably manufacturing issues.
Goddamn blood-sucking resellers.
Yep, blood-sucking resellers. Yep, Nelson. I'm just kidding.
He doesn't listen.
He doesn't listen. That's what's funny. No, we give him a hard time because he resells toys and he complains about resellers. But we love you, Nelson.
It's like, the thing that people are doing with PS5s that I do with toys? Exactly. I don't like it.
I don't like it when it happens to me. Now this is gonna be the episode where he listens and he's
right.
Like, you son of a bitch.
Shout out Nelson.
Yeah, lost a lot of weight. He's looking really good. All right, well, let's get down to business so we can get to our break and try to nab one of these PS5s. Let's start with some nerdy confessions, where we confess things that make us nerds, and let us know also in the comments on any of those platforms. Give us some of your nerdy confessions. We love hearing those guys from you too, and it's basically. For the uninitiated, maybe some of the new YouTube watchers, we just kind of confess to things that, it's either something we're ashamed of as a nerd or something we're just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm so deep into this. It's just, or what we're watching and binging like lately, right?
For shizzle.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'm ashamed that, my nerdy confession, I'm ashamed that it took me this long to start watching Titans, even after you recommended it. It is really good. It's really, really good. Although I'm surprised I didn't know that so many people wanted to fuck Robin.
Dude, Robin is the most fuckable sidekick in the history of sidekicks. It's
crazy. People were really trying to get in Dick Grayson's pants, I guess.
Yeah, they're trying to get that dick. You know what I'm saying?
That dick.
That dick.
It was just crazy. All these girls are throwing themselves at him. He's like, Yeah. Well, I guess they know he's rich. They know he grew up with Batman.
They're like, I know he got adopted by a billionaire, whether they know his secret identity or not.
Everyone, so I don't know, spoilers, but dude, everyone fucking knows he's Robin.
That's one thing. It's everyone knows he's Robin, and then there's Hawk and Dove too, which are kind of these lesser known DC characters, and Hawk always has his mask on, but Dove is always taking her goggles off. I'm like. You're not even trying. What are you doing?
And even her, who she's got her boyfriend, still I still want to fuck him again. Because she banged him already.
Yeah, she banged him already. She was, and this will spoil a little bit for you. I mean, not really, but she starts off with Hawk, then goes to Robin, then goes back to Hawk.
Oof.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen that far, but I don't care.
And then perhaps back to Robin in the future. We'll see. Season 3 is coming out.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's was it Starfire? And
they haven't called her that yet, but she's also super hot. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Outfit's a little weird, but she's super fun.
Yeah. I like what they did with her outfit, though. Because Starfire's outfit is kind of weird. She looks kind of like a purple Phoenix from X-Men, with Dark Phoenix style, the green,
Yeah.
But yeah, they just gave her like disco suits, and she's like obsessed with the 70s. Like she drives a 70s car, listens to 70s music.
Do they explain why she has so much money?
No.
She's just like throwing hundreds everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure because like, spoilers if you don't know the character, she's an alien. I'm sure she has some alien thing that just prints money or something like that. It's just ruining our economy.
It's just crazy. Raven's like, oh, I want to play the arcade. Here's 100.
Is this enough? Jeez, get out of here. Just throwing down C notes.
She's like, this is 100. She's like, that's all I have.
That's all I have. I only have hundreds.
That's it.
Because that's how I roll in space.
But yeah, it's really good. I'm surprised I did pass the other show that popped in. Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol, yeah.
That was interesting. It was just weird seeing that they had changed the chief, and that was really weird.
Well, it's because that was like kind of like the pilot, you know what I mean? And like, because that was where they appeared first.
Really?
Then the Doom Patrol show came out afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So I think with the show, I think they did a good job because Timothy Dalton. I mean, it's Timothy Dalton, James Bond.
He's a great fucking actor.
What I mean? He's amazing, and I like Timothy Dalton as like. He was a fine James Bond, whatever. People can argue about that in the comments, but I think he has really started to shine as kind of the weird, creepy old guy. You know what I mean? He plays that role so well. And
I feel like it started in whatchamacallit?
Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz is where I was gonna say. He's just like such a weirdo, and he plays that role really well in Doom Patrol when he's like banging the cave lady and stuff. I was just like, geez.
That was so weird. If you guys haven't seen it,
yeah, he bangs a caveman lady.
It happens later.
Cave lady.
I was like, what? I was like, is this really?
Is he really?
They're
going
really?
there?
They're gonna. Oh, they did it.
They did.
They really did.
Ooh, that's a hairy titty.
Yeah, they did. I thought I imagined it, but they did, right?
Yeah, there's a hairy titty in there. Yeah, cave titty. Yeah. Hey, everyone's cold. They're huddled together for warmth. Things happen in the cave.
She was probably really warm.
Yeah,
with all the fur.
The smell was probably god awful.
Yeah, she had magic, so she could have
magically hygiened.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, my nerdy confession is, I talked a little bit last episode about the new Stormlight Archive book that came out. So it came out probably 2 weeks ago now that you guys are listening to this, but it's only been out a week for me, and I'm halfway done with it. I've reached like the halfway part. I'm like 600 pages into the 1,200 page book.
I'm catching up to you, but I'm not that.
I just I sit there and I just that's my new deal at night. I read it for like 3 hours a night, and it's so much fun. I'm super excited about some of the stuff that's happening. I'm excited. Once you're done with it, we'll do a full in-depth review.
Oh, for sure.
All the reading YouTubers have already beat us to it because they got advanced copies. So shame on you, Daniel Green. I know you. It's one of those things where I think by the time we're both done with it, sufficient time, we'll just talk full spoilers.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, we'll do a spoiler-free and a spoiler section of that book. But
I'm going to try my best not to describe the magic in it just because I know it's going to sound dumb. And I don't want to turn away people from it. I want people to actually read it.
I think, yeah, I know. It's hard to describe the magic system while making it sound as cool as it is. And not only that, but especially in this book, I'm sure you've noticed already, you're introduced to all the other Knights Radiant. So all the different classes and stuff. So, I mean, we're getting introduced to new powers that we haven't even seen yet, and it was like, oh my God, it's hard to keep all of them straight once it's going. But man, there's some good stuff happening in this book. I think Brandon Sanderson does a really good job with character, and
world building.
It's I'm not disappointed at all with it. I think there's still other parts of other books that I like way more. Book 2 is top of the list. It's just so good. That's the one with it's all Kaladin all the time. Big old battle at the end.
Yeah, that's not the tournament one with
Adolin. I believe it is actually. I think that might have.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was really good. Adolin's the best dude. I think I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to turn him evil or attempt to turn him evil, and I'm going to be very upset if it happens. He's just the ultimate bro. And for those of you who haven't read it, basically there's a high prince who's kind of a local king, and his son is this ultimate dueling guy. He's the super handsome, Jaime Lannister type.
only he's an actual good person.
Yeah. Well, you think he's the snotty guy, and whatever.
Well, you kind of almost want him to be.
Yeah, you want him to be like a kind of a dickhole.
But he's nice. He's like kind to the poor people, which no one is in this.
He's super obsessed with fashion, which like is played up quite a bit in this book. But at one point, like he's trying to win these like magical swords for his family. Yeah, it does sound stupid when you kind of describe it.
It's weird. Like just bear with us.
Just bear with us. But he's trying to win these magical swords for his family, so his father can like become more powerful. He keeps getting backstabbed and stuff like that. So he's been dueling people to win these swords, and he takes on like 2 or 3. It was 2 people at once.
It was 2, which was unheard of.
Unheard of. Like 2 full, like they're decked out in magical armor, magical swords, and they basically teamed up on him. And
he did all right for a little bit.
Yeah, he did all right.
Better than anyone would have been.
Yeah, exactly. And then I forget what happened exactly, but they like cheated somehow. Yeah. And then and so this other guy, Kaladin, who's another main character, who's like a slave at this point, he jumps in and like
no armor,
no magical sword, but at this point he had some magical powers, and they fucking like lethal weapon back to back, like fucking beat the guys off and stuff, beat him off with both hands. But he helps save Adolin, but then through some events they both Kaladin gets thrown in jail because as a lower ranking guy, like he asked something of the king that's just you can't do, so he gets thrown in jail, and Kaladin's all like, I'm so pissed and whatever, and then he gets out like, I don't know, a week and a half later. And as he's getting out, he sees that Adolin is in the jail cell next to him. He's like, what are you doing in here? He's like, well, I'm not going to let you do the time for helping me out. So I've been in here this whole time, too. I'm like, oh, he's the best, Fred. The best.
And it's funny because, like, Kaladin hates his guts. He has no reason to hate him.
Yeah.
But he hates his guts.
It's because he's highborn, and like Kaladin has this thing against highborn guys. And stuff.
Anytime Adolin does some nice guy thing, he's like, fuck, I want to hate you.
Yeah.
He's like, but you make it really hard.
He's like, son of a bitch, I want to hate you so bad. But yeah, it's the friendship of those two is amazing. And then like Adolin even like, starts banging the girl that Kaladin likes, and who also kind of likes Kaladin because she has dual personalities.
She's insane.
Yeah, she's crazy.
She's crazy.
I saw an interview with and one of the cool, I know we were spending 2 episodes now trying to convince you to buy these books, but
we don't get any money.
We don't get any money. Yeah. We just want more
That's
people
just
to talk,
how much we
talk
like
to about it. But each of, like most of the characters in this book is based off of some sort of like either emotional or mental disorder kind of thing. So Kaladin is depression, right? He's obviously super depressed all the time. He has suicidal thoughts at sometimes. He's always dealing with that darkness within himself kind of thing. And then Shallan has multiple personality disorder or whatever they're calling it nowadays, where she basically, as a defense mechanism, has multiple personalities who take over at different times to protect her. And I saw an interview with Brandon Sanderson that he actually had an expert that he talked to who dealt with cases like that.
In the audiobook, he mentions that.
Oh, he mentioned it?
Right in the
in the author's note or something, maybe. Yeah. So I might have skipped that. Oops. But yeah, it's very interesting that he took the time, really wanted to get it right. And when you think about like those characters, how he designs those characters, it's really cool to like try to pick those out. Like, Shallan also deals with a lot of shame, and that's part of what, forces her into that condition.
Did it say what the king was? Adolin's dad? I was blanking on his name right
now. Gavilar? Or Adolin's Dalinar.
Oh, sorry. Dalinar.
Dalinar's his dad. I don't know what he would be. It's probably like alcoholism.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
And then, and probably like, just severe regret due to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like his whole backstory is he used to be this uncontrollable drunk who.
Oh no, he had uncontrollable anger.
He had anger too, which you find out later was caused by a magical thing. But he was always drunk, so I think it's the alcoholism led to that, made him more susceptible, and that he let his brother get killed, who was the king. because he was drunk in a corner somewhere, kind of thing, and he had to live with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he's now he's turned his life around. He's sober and he's trying to atone for sins by being a better person. So it's really like a symbol of the sobriety program, AA or whatever. So interesting stuff, man. There's a lot of levels to those books, and they're also just fun, high fantasy sword fighting books too. So check them out. Stormlight Archive. That's what I'll be reading until I'm done, and then I'm just gonna read them all over again because I can't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. All righty then. Well, we are going to take a quick little break where we're gonna try to get a PS5. We'll come back in a minute and we'll let you know how that went. So we'll be right back. And we're back. We tried to get a PlayStation 5 and failed.
Yeah, fuck you, Walmart. And FedEx still.
So we'll post that video up on our YouTube channel so you can watch our disappointment live, or not live at that point because it's already happened.
I'm pretty sure there's a part in there where you can hear my heart break.
Yeah,
I think
you can actually hear his little heart just shattered right in two. But that's okay because we got more Nerds with Friends to talk about. And we thought, the holidays are coming up, Christian. And we all like a good holiday movie. Let me move back in frame. I was over closer to you than I normally was for we did an Instagram live video. Holidays are coming up. And obviously we're not going to be doing a lot of things outside this holiday season, right? Who knows what the deal with
2020 is not over, dude.
Christmas carolers are not welcome. They're never welcome at my house, but this year especially, I think, they're not going to sound as good with the masks on.
Yeah.
It's going to sound terrible. So, what better way to spend the holidays than watching a few holiday movies, right? And I think, there's always the go-to holiday movies, right? You got
Christmas Story,
which I'm not a huge fan of, but I know people love it. I know there's a couple movies like that people absolutely like. They'll fight people over that. I'm just not a big fan of. You want to know what another one is? This is gonna lose me some street cred.
National Lampoon Christmas Vacation.
No, I like that one.
Okay,
I like that one.
Home Alone.
It's not necessarily a Christmas movie. It's just a movie that people love. That I'm not. I'm just like,
Temple of Doom.
Well, people shouldn't like that movie. That one I'm aggressive about. No, the one I'm not a huge fan of, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I don't see the huge mass appeal. The Goonies.
Really?
Yeah, I don't give a shit about the Goonies.
It's fucking classic.
It's fine. Yeah, it's not a bad movie. I'm not like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, which is a objectively bad movie. But the thing with the Goonies is I'm just like, it's fine. It's little kids on an adventure. I'm just like, I don't see why people like dude, people get Goonies tattoos and shit like that.
It's like what started like Stranger Things. It's like,
yeah, Stranger Things is so much better. I like Stand By Me. Stand By Me is a good, different.
Okay,
different
so what
together.
What is it about Goonies that you're like, meh?
No, I just didn't care for it. It was like, they go for some treasure, and then there's, it's the bumbling adults who can't take out some little kids. And then there's the not the sloth guy.
Yeah, Sloth. He's awesome.
I just don't care. It's fine. If you love Goonies, I'm sorry. This is not an anti-Goonies rant.
Thanos was in it,
Thanos was in it. Yeah, that's why he turned so evil.
Yeah, the Goonies.
In the Goonies. It's fine. It's a fine movie. It's okay. I don't see I don't understand the ultimate hype of it. But this is not a segment about the Goonies or even about movies that I don't like. This is a segment about holiday movies that are non-traditional holiday movies. So no National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, no Christmas Story. We're not even going to do Die Hard, which is, I think, everyone's non-traditional,
We're using that as our baseline.
That's our baseline. Die Hard, I think we can all agree, is a Christmas/holiday movie. But it's also just an action movie that happens to take place on Christmas, but it has that feel to it where, people are singing songs, people are dressed as Santa, but it's not the first movie you think of when you think of Christmas, right? It's not Christmas themed, so to speak. So we each came up with a couple different movies that
I brought a big list because we tend to
cross over a little bit, yeah. And so we decided we're going to each give you guys a couple more, some honorable mentions at the end, movies that are great holiday, not even just Christmas necessarily, because, you celebrate Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus for the rest of us, whatever it is you're celebrating, the time when you're stuck at home with your family more than normal because of the pandemic.
And you're sick of staring at their dumb faces.
Yeah, their dumb faces, and they got you shitty socks again. And I'm like, Dad, I don't want any more socks. I wanted a Ninja Turtle van.
Those are expensive.
Those are expensive, yeah. Well, that's what you should have gotten it for me when I was a little kid, when they were cheap. But you want to go first with your first movie, Christian? Or
all right, let's see what I want to
go
pick.
First?
What do I want to pick? All right.
Holiday movies, non-traditional.
Batman Returns.
Fuck.
You got all
right.
That's okay.
That's okay.
No.
I have other ones.
No, that's fine. That's fine. All right, I'll take it back. Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon's a good one.
So people forget it was during Christmas.
I just rewatched the first Lethal Weapon last week.
Yeah, I mean, this cop was trying to kill himself during Christmas.
Yep.
He was upset.
Yeah, fucking Mel Gibson was a sad boy.
Yeah. Well, he got better. Yeah.
Kind of. Just got to be adopted by a black family.
Yeah. They were kinder than they needed to be with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I do love that movie, and it's it's one of those things where, aside from, it's starting off with some topless hoe bag jumping off a building.
She was coked out. Was it coke? She was on something.
It was coke mixed with something weird, and that's what made her go crazy, I think. I should know. I just watched it last week.
What's funny is I saw that movie as a kid, and now there's I should not have been allowed to watch this movie as a kid.
There's titties everywhere, and drugs, and violence. And then, it starts off like a standard 80s action movie, but then under it all, after Mel Gibson murders a bunch of guys at a Christmas tree lot, there's a story.
Funny enough, they weren't even criminals. They just all wanted trees that he wanted. It was weird.
No, they were selling a pound of cocaine.
That's when he's slapping himself, right? He's doing the...
Yeah, and he did cocaine. I'm like, what the fuck? He's just like, yeah, I'm crazy. Yeah, dude, that movie is weird. It's great though. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's, underneath it all, there's a story of a guy who's alone on Christmas.
Yeah.
And another family who brings him in. Doesn't matter that he's a racist Australian cop.
Well, to be fair, in the movie, he's not a racist Australian cop.
We don't know. So he didn't get that far.
In real life,
he's racist Australian. Did a really good job losing the Australian accent,
Yeah,
you see him in interviews and stuff. He doesn't speak Australian that much. Good day, mate. Shout out to our Australian fans. But yeah, there is kind of a Christmassy message in there, right?
Yeah.
So I like that.
Don't kill yourself.
Don't kill yourself. So hopefully Danny Glover will invite you to his house.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. And my pick, which you kind of you picked as well, and it's a good pick, I think. Batman Returns.
Yep.
Which, as much as I love the original Batman by Tim Burton, Batman Returns, I think, is a better movie overall, right? Jack Nicholson's Joker, amazing, of course. But Danny DeVito as the fucking Penguin.
Actually, that's
Christopher Walken as whoever that was supposed to be. Billy D. Williams as Harvey Dent. And Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
You know what? That's actually a great point about Danny DeVito. I would have never, if someone said, "Oh, Danny DeVito playing a villain," I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here!" But he actually did manage to look creepy and sometimes fucking scary. Like when he bit the dude's nose, I'm like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. Or when he's sitting in his onesie, his fat onesie, and he's cracks a fish open. He's like,
yeah.
And he's just munching on the fish, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Is that the guy from Twins?
Yeah.
This is a long time ago when I saw that movie.
No, yeah. I was surprised. Dude, this guy got range.
Yeah, but of course it all occurs around Christmas time. There's Tim Burton has his, his very dark, weird Tim Burton-y look. I don't know how else you would describe it, but if you've seen one Tim Burton movie, you know kind of what you're in for. And basically, there's penguins with rocket launchers on them and stuff. I mean, it's a Christmas miracle, this movie.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there's like a parade or something like that. That's all Christmas themed. It's a good holiday movie, Plus, again, it's about an orphan who is still dealing with the loss of his parents and how he overcomes that on Christmas. And it's by beating up psychopaths.
I thought you were
dressed as a bat.
It's about this sad boy whose parents didn't love him because he was ugly, and then they put him in a little river and they sent him away to live with penguins.
Yeah, it's the story of Moses.
That's a penguin?
Yeah. Yeah, that you didn't read that in the Bible, Christian?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm Catholic. They like us being ignorant.
Moses was raised by penguins, and that's why when he built the ark, the penguins were first in line.
Nice. Holding little
That was
fins.
Noah. I wanted to throw that in there to see if you noticed.
No.
This has been another religious talk with Cody and Christian. One day we'll get something right.
Probably.
You know what I mean? It's Noah's Ark. I get it. Like, that was a joke. Okay. And Moses probably wasn't. We weren't there. Again, this is all allegedly. Moses was not raised by penguins to become a supervillain who favored umbrellas. That did not happen.
That we know of.
That we know of. Could have, but allegedly did not happen. Next movie, Christian.
I don't. Okay, you can tell me if this is a traditional one or not, because I have others. Mm-hmm. Scrooged. It's Bill Murray. It's not Scrooge, but Scrooged.
Yeah, I know exactly. First of all, great movie. There's no denying how good that movie is. It's kind of non-traditional because it's definitely not what you expect from a like a Christmassy type movie, because he plays a very unlikable person, but it is a retelling of the Christmas
All right,
Carol.
so I'll pick a different one.
Okay. Don't have to, but that's a good pick. You should all watch Scrooged.
Your favorite, Gremlins.
Okay, I knew that was coming up. I
didn't know whether to do a second, first, or last, so I figured I'd just do it now. And I didn't put a Gremlin up, dude. I can't fucking believe that I didn't set up a Gremlin.
Yeah.
So
such a shame. Fuck.
Great fucking classic movie. Takes place during Christmas. Story: a young man receiving a little cute little guy. I don't want to call him a monster, but he's not an actual an animal.
He's a creature, beast of some sort.
From his dad, hardworking dude. I don't know how he makes money. His inventions never fucking work.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. I guess, white, living in a small town.
It's that white privilege.
Just fucking, you get to just...
What he does is he buys things off of Chinese guys and resells them at a higher price.
Yeah, and then
that's how he got the Gremlin.
Gets them wet, and then he's got more. Yeah. Infinite supply.
It's called supply and demand. This has been economics with Cody and Christian.
No, but I fucking love it. Every Christmas or at least holiday season, I have to rewatch it. I wish that there was more behind the scenes stuff, but like it's just they haven't like done an updated like Blu-ray or like with more director's cuts. But like I feel like I know everything about the goddamn movie. I could talk about it for hours. Definitely watch it. Anyone wants to talk about it, hit me up on any of the Twitters or fucking Instagram. I could talk about it for hours.
Now were the Gremlins made by Jim Henson? Was he part of the creature creation?
No. Fuck.
They seemed almost.
They still hold up today. Like those practical effects are amazing.
I'll give Gremlins. I know I give shit on Gremlins a lot, and it's mostly because I like to give Christian a hard time. Though again, that's one of those movies where I'm like, okay, I get it. It's little monsters. But I will say, creature design was amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
Like everyone, sees Gizmo. They know. They might not even know his name is Gizmo, but they'll know he's from Gremlins.
Right.
Like it's just one of those things where it's instantly recognizable. What was he called? He's called like a Mogwai. I keep wanting to say Guaylo, but that's like a round eye.
What the
Yeah.
He did have round eyes, to be fair, I guess.
Yeah. So do I. That's what they call me sometimes. Guaylo. That's from a Jackie Chan movie, I believe. Shanghai Nights, maybe.
Probably.
Who knows? Anyway, but yeah, I think very instantly recognizable, character design, and also the marketability of a Baby Yoda.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like we wouldn't have Baby Yoda if we didn't have Gizmo.
For sure.
So I'll give him that.
Same ears.
Yeah, they just ripped him off of a Gizmo doll and threw him on a Baby Yoda. spray painted them green
with a little pink in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'd say it's fair to say, like, the cuteness of like a Gizmo. Without it, we would not have a Baby Yoda. So that's a good pick.
Love it. Watch it.
All right, my second pick. I think you might have picked this one too, if I know you. Trading Places.
Yes.
You are on that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Trading Places. Great. Dan Aykroyd. Bill Murray. Not Bill Murray. Eddie Murphy.
Bill Murray. Scrooge.
Yeah, I think Scrooge. Scrooge is a good movie. I think everyone should watch Scrooge. But Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, so effing good. And let me just get this out of the way. The reason why I always think of it around Christmas time is when Dan Aykroyd is in the Santa suit eating the smoked salmon. And he
the original Bad Santa.
Yeah, the original Bad Santa, indeed. And he's eating the salmon, and he's getting a beard
and he
caught
looks
in his
so
mouth.
Fucking gross.
Gross. Yeah, it's just so gross. So the story is kind of like, if you haven't seen it, it's a comedy classic. And basically, Dan Aykroyd is like a very wealthy, like, stock trader, business guy, whatever. And Eddie Murphy is like a hobo, right?
Yeah.
Fair to say.
Grifter, I guess.
Grifter, yeah. Street person. I don't know what you want to call him. And essentially, through like a weird bet amongst Dan Aykroyd's uber rich, like,
I don't know if they were his mentors or whatever. Yeah,
they're like his mentors / sponsors, whatever. The guys who they're the Koch brothers, basically. Yeah, is what they are.
One of them's thought process is like, oh, it's nature, it's the genes, it's what it is. You're born this way,
yeah.
And like if you have these genes, you can become rich, even though if you became broke.
It was the 80s,
yeah,
racism,
And the other guy was just like, no, it's about like nurture.
Nurture, yeah.
He's like, if you put someone in the right place, give them the right tools, like it doesn't really matter.
Anybody can be successful. So they bet each other a dollar. Right?
$1.
That one guy, they could basically, ruin Dan Aykroyd and bring up and make successful Eddie Murphy, who's been living on the streets. And so they do. They trade places, essentially. And Dan Aykroyd does not take it well.
No.
And Eddie Murphy, obviously.
Like a duck to water.
Hilarity ensues.
Not really. He struggled in the beginning. But
he gets a nice suit. He gets tailored up. And then, of course, there's some hijinks that happen later on. But watching Dan Aykroyd as this, like, cocky business guy just, like, fall from grace was, oh, my God. It's comedy gold. What's funny is those two guys, the rich guys, they show up in Coming to America,
yeah.
right?
They were homeless at that point.
They were homeless because at the end of this, it doesn't go so well for them.
Mortimer, we're back in business when he gets, like, the money from...
yeah, and so I like that.
Was it Prince Akeem?
Yeah, Prince Akeem, yeah. I like that expanded universe aspect of it. It's like they were doing it before Marvel. Marvel taking us like, hey, we should do Trading Places, but with superheroes.
Stealing again from black people, dude.
Yeah,
right there.
Exactly. But so good. If you guys haven't watched it, Trading Places is amazing. Christian,
I'm trying to pick one that you might not have picked. Let's see.
Here, let me pull up my list so I can show you. Oh yeah, you didn't pick this one. It's not even anywhere close to a Christmas movie.
Okay, I'll say Eyes Wide Shut. It takes place during Christmas.
My kind of Christmas party, Christian.
Orgies.
Yeah, just masks.
Yeah,
naked ladies. I love it.
Yeah, I mean it's not a traditional fucking Christmas movie.
Okay. What did you think of that movie? Stanley Kubrick, first of all.
It's definitely weird, but it's like a good weird. I normally don't like movies that were like, well, okay, what's the point that you're trying to make? But I mean, it's probably the amazing breasts that are in it that probably saved it for me. I don't know.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God, that's Nicole Kidman and she's nude. What?
I was talking about the masked women that were going on.
The masked ladies. Yep.
It's
I
weird.
think it's Stanley Kubrick's last movie, right? Before he died?
No, wasn't it I, Robot? Didn't he start I, Robot?
Oh, maybe he started I, Robot.
And
but
I think
his last finished movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, I will say, beautifully shot. And it's for a movie that's not really
it's not horror, but it's not a horror movie. It's still creepy.
It's still creepy and suspenseful. And I remember the first time I watched that movie by myself, I was like, at the end of it, I was like so freaked out because like they basically, spoilers for this movie that came out in like what 1998 or some shit like that.
No.
It wasn't that long ago, but they basically ruined Tom Cruise's life.
Yep.
Like because he was at the secret society thing and like broke the rules, and the secret society people are like everywhere, and I was like, dude, that freaked me the fuck out. I was just like, what? They can do that?
Oh, for sure.
And and here I was watching this movie that I was probably too young to watch.
How old were you?
It was when it had just come out on video on VHS, so I'm judging it by that. Let's see, Eyes Wide Shut. It's a 1999 erotic mystery. That's
I guess that's
psychological drama. Okay. Yeah. So 1999. I was only 1 year off.
There you go.
So in 1999, I was 12.
Oh, perfect time to watch.
Right. So, yeah, I was a little, just discovering how to jerk it.
Yeah, for sure.
And enjoying that very much. But then, you realize that if you break the rules, they could ruin your life. And that's a very hard lesson to learn when you're watching a movie full of naked ladies to jerk it to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like, he should have just kept his mouth shut. I mean,
you got to keep your mouth shut.
Christmas lesson right there.
Snitches get their life ruined.
Yeah.
Okay, my last one. This is about as non-traditional as you get, Christian.
All right. Reindeer games.
I thought about reindeer games because I love me some Ben Affleck and Charlize Theron. No, this is not in any way, shape, or form a Christmas movie, but for me, it feels like Christmas.
Okay.
Because I watch it every holiday season.
Okay.
Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
Okay.
And I don't know what the reason.
I thought you were going to say maybe the one in Hoth, but
It normally leads into that for sure. Like when I start watching Star Wars, I'm not going to watch one Star Wars, Christian.
Yeah, okay.
But for some reason, either it's on TV every holiday and I just start watching it, or the mood hits me. I just want to watch Star Wars. So like basically every year of my life, and there'll be other times a year I watch it too, but I always throw on Star Wars, and just the crawl just makes me feel, maybe it's just like being home and hanging out with my family. I want to throw on a movie that I can just like chill and enjoy, and then, but yeah, Star Wars, New Hope, and then of course Empire and Return of the Jedi too.
Yeah, nothing says Christmas like Tatooine, a desert fucking planet.
Again, it's a story about an orphan who, finds this, weird uncle that he didn't know he had, takes him in, shows him things he's never seen before, touches him in places he's never been touched before.
That might be
sounds
the wrong
like
movie.
Sounds like Christmas to me.
What's interesting? I just saw someone posted a video when
then he finds out his dad's a piece of shit.
Yeah. No, when Obi-Wan is like talking to Luke about Anakin, and like they spliced in like edits of like the past movies.
Yeah.
And like with his reaction of him being sad and thinking, I was like, dude, it hits better.
Fucking Sir Alec Guinness does not get enough credit. I mean, he was knighted, so maybe he does get enough credit. But I mean, him as ObiWan Kenobi, and like the sadness he feels for something that wasn't even written yet.
Yeah.
We just knew that they had worked together in the Clone Wars, and they were friends. But yeah, going back, knowing what we know, what happened in Star Wars and stuff, so good. And have you seen? There's an edit that they've done for the fight between him and Darth Vader. Have you seen that?
Yes, where they added extra clips where it was more epic.
Right, exactly. More akin to the fights we see.
For being fan made, that was pretty good.
It was real good, and it was cut in between with the actual two of them. Obviously, they had a stunt guy, jumping around and swirling around for both characters realistically, but also for old man Obi-Wan. But it just goes to show you that movie, like, it just keeps on giving. You know what I mean? That's the spirit of the holidays.
Yeah, except for the new Star Wars movies. Mando's carrying all of them.
My opinion on Star Wars, Christian, it's not a popular one. And here,
I'm going by what people say. I personally like all of them.
That's my opinion. Is I love all Star Wars. It doesn't matter how good or how bad it is. Star Wars, like, I can throw it on and just sit back and enjoy it. Sure, I would have wanted to see, Luke Skywalker actually fight Kylo Ren and maybe have a redemption. That would have been cool. But it was also pretty cool? What happened in The Last Jedi. Sure. I thought it was a little cheesy that Rey was like, my name's Rey Skywalker, when, first of all, no, it's not, bitch. But, but I can see why they chose to do that, and having Luke and Leia in the background. It's fine.
I was just excited in the first one, or the first of the last ones, I guess.
Force Awakens.
Where I was like, oh shit, like Finn might be a Jedi, because he fucking picked up the lightsaber and he did all right against Kylo Ren, who's had years of training. Even like got him on the arm, and then they did nothing with him. Yeah,
there's missed opportunities for sure. But I mean, it's the same. It's the same with any of the, Star Wars movies. There's if you pick it apart too much, maybe the Ewoks weren't as cool as everyone thought they were going to be, right?
Take that back.
I love the Ewoks. Like, I'm not going to apologize for it. Like when the one little Ewok was trying to wake up the other little Ewok, that's the saddest shit I've ever seen in my life.
One teddy bear trying to wake the other teddy.
I was just like, dude,
They don't get enough respect. They were
also they're cannibals. They're not. I guess they're not cannibals, but they eat humans. Like they ate those stormtroopers. Oh, yeah. That's what they don't show.
It's good meat. They're not going to let that go.
Then they fucking play drums on the helmet. You know what I mean?
Dude, they took down big ass heavy machinery with like jungle rope.
Yeah, jungle rope. Like, where'd they get the rope? They made it out of hair, maybe, like their own hair.
Yeah, tree bark.
Was it made out of their own hair? And they worship robots. So how different are they from us, really, Christian?
Here we are trying to fucking slave getting a PS5 and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
We're the same.
Yeah, we got fucking a million electronic devices, and I'm gonna go home and play my PlayStation 5 and speak to Alexa. So who's the real villains here? But yeah, I love all Star Wars. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. I love me some Phantom Menace, which gets shit on a lot. Phantom Menace is a good movie. Whoa, that was a cool sound. Phantom Menace, you got. Now this is pod racing.
It was funny. I was thinking that. Yeah. I was just thinking that the other day. I was like, dude, like when people shit on the movie, I was like, I remember when I saw it as a kid in the movie theater. I thought the pod race was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it still holds up today.
It still holds up. There's some weird, there's some like slapsticky stuff. Like Jar Jar Binks can get fucked, but it's one of those things. Like overall, it was good. You got, Qui-Gon Jinn was a cool Jedi who didn't play by the rules. Turn in your lightsaber, Jinn. You're out of here. You're on suspension. He's like, fine, take it. That's Lethal Weapon slash Phantom Menace. You got Obi-Wan, a young Obi-Wan, and then you have Darth Maul, who, for a guy who gets killed off immediately, who had like 2 lines in the whole movie. Also, it's an interesting thing I learned the other day is that Ray Park, who played Darth Maul, right?
Yep.
He's also
the stunt guy.
Also a stunt guy. Also played Toad in X-Men, right? And various other things, of course. Ray Park's been around the block. But he did not speak Darth Maul's like 2 lines in that movie.
Really?
Yeah. It was some other like British dude who they got to. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like, Darth Maul, like, what did he say? He's like, yes, master, the Jedi were there. And that's like it. And that's like it for the whole movie.
He's not an actor. He's a stunt guy.
Like, anybody could do those. I just did it. That was the whole movie.
Yeah, I was going to talk to you about after we were going to do another take of that.
Yeah, we'll take it from the top. But yeah, it's one of those interesting things, but I mean, the Duel of the Fates is arguably one of the best lightsaber fights in all of Star Wars.
The song. Are you talking about the song?
Well, the duel, the song, of course, is excellent.
That's one of those.
It's one of those songs that holds up to the original Star Wars soundtrack.
It's also one that I can hear and it can get my blood pumping.
Yeah, it's so good. But another interesting fact: I watch a lot of Star Wars videos in my spare time, obviously. But it really was a duel of the fates, and I think this was Dave Filoni who talked about it. I know this is getting off in a little bit of a Star Wars tangent, but you love Star Wars. We love Star Wars. Dave Filoni was really talking about it, where that really was the duel of Anakin's fate.
Yeah.
Because if Qui-Gon stays alive, then Anakin gets raised by Qui-Gon, who is the father figure that he needs, who, is going to teach him the Force and take the time and really, turn him into a good person, a good man. But because Qui-Gon dies and Obi-Wan raises Anakin, Obi-Wan doesn't necessarily even like Anakin. He agrees with the Jedi Council that he's too old and so therefore doesn't want to train him. And he's more of an older brother figure, right? He's not that father figure because, even though Ewan McGregor was way older than, I forget, Jake, whatever.
I don't know, but he's in jail now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Little Anakin's in jail. He was also the kid from the
Jingle
All the Way, bringing it all back. But anyway, so Obi-Wan takes over, and he's like an older brother figure, doesn't want to train him, agrees with the council, and therefore, leads to some sibling rivalry, butting of the heads kind of thing, which eventually leads to Anakin turning to the dark side. So it really was a duel of...
I saw that video, and it's like, that guy is just such a natural storyteller. Just like
Dave Filoni.
Yeah, just hearing him tell that story, like, dude...
He's amazing. I want him and Jon Favreau to do all Star Wars from now on.
Give them everything.
Yeah, just sell them Lucasfilm. Like, Kathleen Kennedy, get out of there. You're just going to ruin it. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why. That's a long way of saying that's why I watch Star Wars every holiday season. Did you had some honorable mentions?
Yeah, we don't have to go.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is one of my favorite ones.
But I feel like
it's a Thanksgiving movie.
Is it?
They're going home for Thanksgiving.
Holy shit! I've always thought it was Christmas.
Nope, they're going for Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure.
Huh. Okay.
John Candy and Steve Martin. I mean, one of the all-time greatest ones. When he's like, remember when they're like sharing the one bed? He's like, "Where's your hand?" He's like, "Oh, it's in between these two warm pillows." Like, those aren't pillows.
I just always remember the scene where he's like selling those what are the rings for shower curtains, but he's like making up bullshit reasons for different people.
He's like, see these stainless steel ones or whatever, yeah, and then he was like, oh, you could use this for whatever. Yeah, he had to sell to like get them food for the night or a train ticket or whatever.
I miss John Candy.
John Candy was great. Yeah.
Rocky 4.
Rocky 4? Is that the Mr. T one or is that 3?
No, that's 3. Russian.
Oh, that was with Drogo.
Yes.
I would break you.
Yeah,
that's right. It was Christmas.
The final fight was like towards Christmas.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm.
We threw out Reindeer Games.
Yeah.
Life of Brian, which I was surprised happened around
Monty Python.
Yeah, nice. Surprised happened around Christmas.
That's one of those ones where I can't think of what happens in that one off the top of my head. Like Holy Grail is one thing, but
they confuse this guy named Brian for being the Messiah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember that one.
And they murder him.
Yeah.
Instead of Jesus.
That's great. It's another religious one. We're just going to start a religious podcast.
Yes, why not?
And then another one I had, Love Actually. Which,
I have it on there. It's actually one of my favorites.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm holding up the signs to that movie where it's like, I've always loved you. And it's like, that's Rick from Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that movie.
Super young,
yeah. Yeah, that movie was great. The comedy in it is great. Bill Nighy.
Hilarious.
Was hilarious.
Because I always see him as like a villain, but it was the first time to see him as like this lovable fucking drug, or I guess former drug addict.
Like old washed up rock star guy.
Yeah, he was fucking hilarious.
I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. That one. And he plays it naked.
Yeah.
That was so great. And then he has like a
Rowan Atkins, even though he had a very small fucking role.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
And Qui-Gon Jinn, Liam Neeson's in it too.
Bringing it full circle.
Full circle back to Star Wars. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed those. Any other notable ones?
Night Before Christmas.
Of course.
On Her Majesty's.
More of a Halloween movie.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Ooh, James Bond. That one is that Timothy Dalton?
No. I believe it was still
Sean Connery?
Yeah. And while you're looking that up, In Bruges.
Oh, dude, In Bruges.
Slept on movie. I feel like it never got the respect it should have. Great movie, great acting. But yeah.
Oh, that's in Her Majesty's Secret, or On Her Majesty's Secret Service, which I just learned today that I mispronounce every time. I always say in.
I thought it was.
On Her Majesty's.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I said it right. Oops.
Yeah, you said it right. That's the one movie with George Lazenby.
Oh, nice.
As James Bond, where James Bond gets married.
then she dies.
Then she dies because everyone's like, we can't
end
this franchise.
Have this fucking
we got to make that money.
Yeah.
And then I think Sean Connery came back for one more after that. I think if I'm, there's some James Bond heads out there who remember that. But yeah, check out those movies. Let us know what some of your favorite like non-traditional, non-Christmassy Christmas movies are. And I think Scrooged is a good one. I think it's the Christmas Carol. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And then
just with Bill Murray.
Yeah, Trading Places is great. Reindeer Games also fantastic, and of course Die Hard and Die Hard 2, Die Harder, both Christmas movies. That's what kind of gave us the inspiration for this to begin with. So let us know in the comments, what are some of your favorite non-Christmassy Christmas movies? They have a little Christmas in them, a little hint. But what are some of the movies you watch when you're home for the holidays? Because let's face it, we're all pretty much home for the holidays.
Yeah.
Except for rich people. They're still flying around doing whatever they want.
Yeah, going private islands
private islands with their eyes wide shut orgy parties.
They got to wear only now the masks make more sense. Yeah.
Now it doesn't cover their eyes.
Yeah,
it covers their mouth and nose, but they're still just banging everyone randomly. Yep.
Crazy orgies.
God, happy holidays, everybody. But make sure you guys are like and subscribe this video. Hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. What's the other one called? TikTok. OnlyFans.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Yeah, we just let us know what you would want from a Nerds with Friends OnlyFans, because we're desperate enough to do it. And I hope you guys have a great holidays. We will, of course, be back next week with some more fun holiday themed stuff, which we'll think of between now and then. But yeah, I think that just about does it. Christian, as always,
it was fun almost getting a PS5.
It was fun almost getting a PS5. That's what Stormlight Archive teaches us, is it's journey before destination. And we just keep journeying and journeying and journeying.
Over and over and over again.
And to all the nerds out there, remember, you're not alone. You're with friends. This is Nerds with Friends. Thank you and good night.